Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. Jack and Dave here to give our reactions to the different predictions that have been sent in to us for the big one this Thursday night. Bodo Glimt will be hosting them at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. This Norwegian team, they are actually coming in a little bit more threadbare than they would like. They have a lot of injuries, also as well as some suspensions. So let's see if Tottenham Hotspur can take advantage of that and get a nice convincing win to then defend probably when we go over to their place in Norway. But let's get straight into this one, everybody. Please smash the like button, get into the comments below, please. Please send us in your predictions, as well as respond to all these different predictions that have been sent in to us by our fellow Spurs creators here. And we're going to get started off with Harry Scarf from Scarfy Spurs stock. Let's see what he has to say.
Big up Dave and Jack. It is Bodo Glimt for Tottenham this week. It's the game that matters so much. We're certainly not, going into it with much confidence, out of our league form last time out against Liverpool, but we've got to separate the Europa League from our Premier League campaigns. We know how we've been in the league, but we can still, and I do believe this, make it a special season if we can somehow win the Europa League. And the first step is getting to Bilbao. Well, even before that is winning the first leg. Bodo have a lot of players out for this. Had a man suspended against Lazio, a couple of others that picked up too many yellow cards, a couple of injuries here and there. They lost another centre-back at the weekend. They're missing their playmaker, for example. So for me, I think realistically we have to go there with a 2-3 goal advantage. Ideally 3, because we saw Dinamo Zagreb, who took a 2-0 lead after winning the first leg at home and lost 3-0. I know, totally different opponent, totally different situation, and Spurs team, and everything's different, but still we just want to be sure, really. I think we want to be going there with a really comfortable advantage with no possibility of an upset. That's what we want, and we certainly want to go there comfortable, to say the very least. So in terms of lineup, who I want to see start, for example, I think the front three, I think is rare, is going to be really up for debate. In my personal opinion, I think you can make a good shout either way. I'd probably go with Solanke up top, Richarlison on the left, and Odegaard on the right. The rest of the team, I think, kind of does pick itself. I think we're going to win this. I'm going to go with 4-1 Tottenham. I'm looking forward to this. Up Spurs.
Big up to Harry, Dave. He's going big with a 4-1. You love to see that. He's brought up all the injuries and basically something similar to my intro, right? Trying to take advantage of those injuries, those suspensions for Bodo Glimt, and see if we can get a convincing win to give ourselves that cushion.
Look, sometimes at a cup run you need a bit of luck, but also sometimes you've got to take advantage of things. And I think this is one of them ones. I think we rode our luck, in the last game against Frankfurt away from home. I think this is a game where everything is sort of in our favour, and it's up to us to take advantage of it. And I think every Spurs fan agrees with Harry that we do need a big enough win heading away from home. I think everyone is afraid of the artificial pitch out there and stuff like that. So, I think many Spurs fans would be in Harry's boat about needing to do it at home, especially like, he's mentioned with all the injuries and stuff like that. And not only that, I mean, our stadium is bigger than the population of their entire town. So, I mean, we got to try and use that to our advantage.
No, definitely. Please, everybody, get over to Scarfy Spurs Dog. Please check out his channel. Nice to start off with a 4-1 prediction. Looks like Harry's in a good mood. We'll see if Dermatron can beat that one. We'll go over to THFC till we die.
Hi guys, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron from THFC Till We Die, and this is my match day prediction for Tottenham's Europa League Semi-Final first leg in the Europa League against the Norwegian side. I won't pronounce the name because I cannot pronounce it. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce it, to be honest. Look, I know it's a two-leg affair. I know it's a home and away, but we've really got to win it in a home leg, and it's really turned into a one-leg tie, because I have no confidence of us winning the away leg. It's going to be difficult enough where they play and the pitch to play on. I've got no confidence of us win it, and they have beaten Lazio up there. They've beaten some big teams on their own pitch, so really this is a one-leg affair. They've got players out, they've got players suspended, players injured, so this is a golden opportunity to really put this tie to bed in the first leg. Look, after watching us play Liverpool, it was clear to see that the players' attentions are on the Europa League, and how mad that makes me feel that every game is important. I get it, but I'm severely pissed off that they won't take the Premier League seriously. And for me, every game you're playing, you have to give 100%, and they haven't. On saying that, look, if we win the Europa League, it'd be the first time we've won it since 1984. I say it again, we've beaten the Dutch side and the German side on the way to winning that, so any omens for me, I am taken. But I'm going for a 4-0 win. I think we are. I think we're going to batter them. I think we're going to whoop them. I think we're going to win the leg in the first go at it, and onto the final and onto Bilbao. So come on, you Spurs! In the big cockerel we trust. We never stop.
Thank you, Dermatron. Give him a whooping. Well, he's gone for a 4-0, bigger than the 4-1. He's going by the omens of getting past a German side and a French side, Dave. Or sorry, Dutch side and a German side. I mean, we'll see if this plays out. Would love a 4-0.
Yeah, look, again, I think Eugene made a great point on the fan show last night where he said, look, we haven't shown that we can score that amount of goals since earlier on in the season. I sort of agree with him. It's hard to see where we're going to get the 3 and the 4s from, to be honest. And, you also got to take into account this game suits them. They want to sit in. They want to try and hit us on the counter as well. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as many people are expecting. But at the end of the day, you do hope that our quality shines through. I know Dermo also mentioned there just quickly about, not happy with the players, binning off the Premier League. And look, I've been the same. But with what's come out the last couple of days, it's clear that, everyone's focused inside the club. Even Daniel Levy's probably in on it, saying to everybody, you've got to get Champions League football next season. Right now, we're fucked. We don't have any cash flow, and they need Champions League football. There was a great piece on it with Simon Jordan, Jim White, and some other guy on Talk Sport about it today. And it sort of explains, and it's quite alarming, but it also explains a lot on why we've gone down the direction of recruitment and stuff. So, just to Dermot's point, I think, the last couple of days is pretty evident why our eggs are in Europe.
Well, because it's everybody's main focus, even the chairman's main focus by the sounds of things. But that Dave was saying there, everybody subscribe to Dermatron's channel, THFC Till We Die. And we'll move on swiftly now to Spurs Kings TV. Marlon, see what he has to say.
Dave, Jack, hope you're all well. It's Marlon from Spurs Kings TV, and it's my prediction for Bodo Glimt. After the last game, you can tell that all his eggs are now in one basket. And Jack, just to quickly go on my comment on the last game, I know I predicted a win, and I said it will be his last victory. I'm wrong. We ain't getting no more victories. And the reason why I'm saying that, the 2 easy games that we have in these fixtures are both after European competition. We don't tend to do well when we've come out of Europe and go into the next game. So obviously you can see where my thinking is going. As for this game, I think Spurs will win against Bodo Glimt. And I think it's going to be a 2-0 win. I think, after Van der Ven and Romero back, he's going to have his normal back four. I call it a back five because it is a back five with those two. With Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Udogie, and then Benteke in midfield and probably Maddison out there. It's just whether Son's going to be fit or not. And Solanke, I think we'll actually get a goal, but it depends on who's being fed by. But as we go into this fixtures, it's not the home leg I'm worried about, it's the away one. But I think Spurs will win this week. And I think, I think everyone will be in quite a joint mood on Thursday because I'll be thinking we've got one foot in the final. Anyway, come on, you Spurs.
Big up to Marlon there. Listen, when it came to what you were saying, it was just you were saying I think we'll beat Liverpool, but then we'll lose all the rest of the games. And I could see your logic, totally could see it. It's just like of all the games that I think we could potentially win in the Premier League, it definitely wasn't the Liverpool game that I was thinking we were going to win. I do have a sneaky feeling against West Ham. They're just a terrible team right now. I understand it's going to be their cup final, right? Playing against us, but still, West Ham are just absolutely awful right now. Seems like everybody wants to leave the club. All the fans are more upset at West Ham than even Spurs fans seem to be right now, by the looks of things. And then when it comes to Crystal Palace, just because Dave and I are going there, I'm just going to try to maintain the hope that maybe we could get to witness a win in person. So a lot of bias coming in on my part for sure, Marlon. But thanks for clearing it up. Thanks for explaining it. And listen, as always, I do see your logic in plenty of things. But Dave, he's also in a predictive mood of a win, Marlon.
Yeah, he said 2-0. I think one point he made that was very good, Jack, was the one about having Romero, Van der Ven and that back in there. I think, it's crucial because having them back in there actually allows us to play that halfway, that high line on the halfway line, force them to go along, and Romero and Van der Ven just mop it up. And that's where I think he's absolutely spot on again about who's providing Dom Solanke. You can't have Brennan Johnson, and even if Son's fit, you can't have him playing. I'm sorry. Off the back of what we've seen against Nottingham Forest, I think you have to go with Tell and Odegaard and just tell them, just get the crosses in, beat your man, get the crosses in. You do that, we have a chance of getting the 3-4 goals that people think we need heading out there. You don't do that, it could be a long, long evening.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I would go with Tell as well as Odebear, but let us know, please, everybody, in those comments down below, what's the best way to get those 3 or 4
Yeah.
goals? Very good question to be thinking about for a pre-match build-up as well. We'll move on now to Kate and Jimbo's channel, and we'll see what Kate and Jimbo both have to say ahead of this one. They've sent in a good one.
Big up, Dave and Jack. It's Kate and Jimbo from
Kate and Jimbo.
coming to you with our score prediction for Tottenham versus Bodo Glimt on Thursday night. Jim, is there anything to say about Liverpool?
No, it's very depressing. I was really upset after we've done a short, and I think people could see how upset we was. I just despair with the season. 19 losses. It's going to break the record, another record unwanted, because we will lose another game this season. And let's be honest, we ain't going to win every game. I just despair. I mean, we've just been in free fall, and it's so depressing to watch. I can honestly say, in all the years, in my 50-odd years that I've watched Tottenham, this is one of the worst seasons I can remember.
I think it's not only that we lost to Liverpool, because we expect to lose to Liverpool. They're the best team in the country by a mile.
I don't expect to lose to anybody.
Well, most fans do, because our record there's terrible, but it's the manner of the defeat. No fight. We look disorganised. We look disinterested. I think the argument that we're playing for the manager is gone now, and it's all about D-Day on Thursday as we face the first leg against Bodo Glimt. Scoreline, Jim?
Well, I just want to say that if we get through this and we get to the final, and we're not losing the final, I think it's just papered over the cracks of this manager and this team. And I want to put it out there as well that I don't think that these players are really, really bad players. I think we've got some good players in there. And I just think it's the organisation, and I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but something's wrong, because this team is better than where we are.
Yeah.
So, my scoreline, I'm going to try and stay positive, right, and go with a 3-0 win, and think that we will keep a clean sheet at home this game, and we'll take a 3-0 win back to Bilbo Baggins land, wherever they are.
What I would say is I think we need a 3-goal cushion when we go to Bodo Glimt, because they're not mugs. They've got there for a reason, and although they've got a few of their key players missing, I think they still shouldn't be underestimated. But I am going to go for 4-2 to Spurs. I think there'll be quite a few goals. Can't see us keeping a clean sheet. Whether 2 goals will be enough, I don't know. I hope so. And let's hope for a win. But
we do throw in clean sheets here and there.
We do.
So I think it's going to be one of them.
But let's hope so. Either way, let's hope we win. As always, guys, come on, you Spurs.
Can't remember the last clean sheet apart from the Frankfurt game away from home, really. I don't know if they actually
That was the first one since February.
Yeah, I don't know if they do come in that. Here and there might be a generous word.
Bit of a stretch
there, Jimbo. 4-2 as well. Interesting thought, right? Like, that would be a spicy game, very entertaining, but is 2 goals enough? Then again, we said with the Frankfurt game, we needed to win by 2 goals. We didn't. Somehow we did get over the line and got into the semifinal. So anything can happen, of course. Thank you, Kate and Jimbo, for sending in that prediction. Really do appreciate you guys. I understand your frustration around the Liverpool game, Jimbo, but I think I was kind of in Kate's book where I think we all expected a loss, but it wasn't, supposed to be that embarrassing and just hard to get through. I think there has to be some sort of standard to a degree, and I think Kate hit it on the head there. But we'll move on now swiftly to, please everybody check out their channel, of course, great people over there. And then we'll finish off with the box office. Curious what he has to say ahead of this one. Looks like you got a clean shave as well. Looking good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your favourite Mr. Box Office on Mr. Box Office TV. Back with another prediction for you today for the Bodo Glimt game on Thursday night in the first leg of the Europa League Semi-Final. And my prediction is Tottenham winning 3-1. The reason for this is that if you had a choice of Lazio or Bodo Glimt, you will snap the hand of Bodo Glimt right now. And I'm telling you right now, we are beating Bodo Glimt. The fact is, we are supposedly a better team than Bodo Glimt, so we should be beating them. They've got 5 players out, so we should be beating them. They've got a bad away record, we should be beating them. And Tottenham Hotspur have got the easiest way forward to win this Europa League. And they will win the Europa League, and will blag and win the Europa League. And that's all I've got to say. And then I'm Anjin. No. Am I leaving? No.
No.
But that's what's going to happen with this fan base. Coming from your boy, Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, your favourite, and everyone's guilty pleasure. And if you don't know, get to know. You didn't see that coming, didn't you? Take that.
Look at the smile on him. He says that. That's brilliant. He's gone for a 3-1 win. I actually think he stated a lot of facts there, to a degree. Like, he just sort of laid them out. Like, Spurs technically should be the better team. They just should be. Bodo Glimt do have 5 players out. That should make the job even easier for a lot of reasons, because they're not going to have the sheer depth that we would, or just, their starting players, they would like to have for such a massive game. And they technically don't really do have the best record away from home, Bodo Glimt. When I was looking at it, a lot of their European games, they did lose by like a very close margin. It's not like they're getting walloped or anything, but they haven't won a ton of games away from home in the Europa League. So facts from Alex Davis, dare I say it.
Yeah, let's not give him too much credit, Jack. That one will be added on to his outro. The outro is nearly longer than his opinion. But no, look, he is right. We should be beating Bodo Glimt to a large degree. Like, the thing is, they probably well aware of their European away form. Let's not forget, ours isn't great either. We've lost to some atrocious teams. We've even got a manager locked up and still lost to them. So, I mean, our away record isn't great whatsoever. And I literally think this tie just comes down to who takes advantage of their home leg. And hopefully it is us. It's got to be us. We've got to go out there with a clean sheet. I would argue, I know Jim was saying in the last one that Jack just glossed over me. He didn't even let me have my opinion on that one. But when it comes to, Kate saying 4-2, I do think we need to keep a clean sheet. We need to not give them any momentum going into that home game whatsoever. In fact, we want to make it so tough on the evening. If we can, 3-4-0, keep a clean sheet so that when we go out there, they know they've got a massive task ahead of them, almost to the point where they have to go gung-ho, which leaves them open from the start, which means we can kill them early in that second leg. So that would be the ideal way around this. But look, I will say is Alex has come a long way this season. I remember he was having a pop at me and you for happy clapping, saying we could win the Europa League. So I would like an apology on the next one off Alex, because it seems like he's come round to our way of thinking on that one. So Alex, on the next video, please deliver apology with that. And it's good to see, as well, because he did say that Ange was useless, couldn't win a trophy at Tottenham, and now that he's come round to thinking we're going to win the Europa League. So Alex has come a long way.
Welfare check on Alex, please, everybody. Make sure he's all right. Make sure he's all sane in the head. But everybody, thank you so much for watching this video back. Again, please smash the like button, and please, please, please do check out these people's respective channels. They put in a massive effort for us this season, and it's the big one Thursday night. Would love to see you guys all there with us, from the pre-match build-up to Dave's predicted lineup, all the way through to the watch-along. We need you there. We need you with us. We need every Spurs fan behind this team, and also so we can cling in hand and try to ride through the storm together. We'll see you next time, everybody. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.